Hello, and welcome back to the iRacing Driving School. There's probably no other time during a race that the likelihood of an incident between two or more cars is higher than at the start. With an entire field of cars, nose to tail and side by side, drivers pumped full of adrenaline, and a racetrack that's suddenly claustrophobic, anything can happen. Although a multitude of variables, many that are out of your control, can influence the outcome of your race, a calm, calculating demeanor, coupled with a healthy dose of flexibility, will certainly improve your odds of getting through more than just the first corner of the track. Your mental approach to a race start is vital. There are few people who could say that they're completely calm at the start of a race. To combat this natural tension, anything you can do to calm your mind and relax your body will help in the long run. Your mind needs to be able to focus, and your muscles need to be ready to act and react. To further prepare yourself, take an inventory of the situation first. Look at the qualifying grid and examine the other drivers around you. Are there drivers who you've raced with before? Have you been around them in practice? Are they reckless? Consistent? Do you know if they watch these videos too? Though you can't predict what might happen, this will help you get a feel for who you're going to be working with and who might be a candidate to create some problems for the field. Next, take a look at your position on the grid. Are you in the top 5, mid-pack, or bringing up the rear? Are you in the inside lane or the outside lane? If you're mid-pack or further back in the field, you need to be prepared for the accordion effect as the field stacks up in turn 1. Remember that you need to be conscious of what's going on a few rows in front of you, not just with the car immediately in front of you. Also, remember that you're going to be braking at a completely different point than you normally would. If you're in the front of the pack, it's going to be later because you're approaching the first turn slower than normal. If you're in the back of the pack, it's going to be earlier because of the massive traffic jam in front of you. Another variable that you have to contend with is which lane you're in. If you're on the inside lane, you'll have the preferred line once you reach turn 1. You'll need to be prepared to defend your position from your competitors at your back whenever possible. Don't allow enough space between you and the edge of the track, whether that be grass or a wall, for another competitor to slip by you. But also keep in mind that you're going to be entering turn 1 on a radius that is less than optimal. You'll also have competitors outside of you, so be mindful when it comes to getting back on the throttle and trying to get to the appropriate track out point. Being a little too anxious with the throttle can create some oversteer that will spin you, or understeer that could push you wide into another competitor, ending both of your races. On the other hand, if you're in the outside row, you have to contend with a few other variables first. Once you get into turn 1, you're going to be on the outside of the corner, which means a less than favorable line as well as a very close proximity to the edge of the track. This leaves little room for error. Additionally, your competitors who are in such close quarters on the inside of the corner are going to have the propensity to push wide as they're trying to accelerate out of the corner. We can talk about the multitude of possibilities that you might encounter at the start of a race, but the reality is you have to take your knowledge of what might happen, develop a strategy, and then be prepared to be completely flexible with your plan. Above all, the most important thing to do is protect the car so that you can make it to turn 2. Once you get there, forget about everything that happened when the green flag dropped and get on with the job at hand. In the next section, we'll talk about how to get down to business, as well as some different types of starts you might experience in different races here at iRacing.